And what is nice is that this time the action takes place here in Los Angeles. And we are very familiar to that. That was nice to see, like some spots that are recognized. But what about, facing and fighting for survival here in Los Angeles? How different is that to, do that in a big city such as LA?
I think that's the most frightening thing. I think I'd probably do better if I was at home in New Zealand, but here in LA, here it's millions of people and the infrastructure barely able to service things as they are. When that infrastructure falls apart, riots on the streets. It's scary. It's scary. It's a scary place.
What do you think, Kim?
No, I think it's daunting. It's a vast, expansive city, and you can have neighbors, but you can still feel the alienation of it. And I think it's a really scary approach to the apocalypse, is to set it in Los Angeles.
Let's talk a little bit about your characters. Beside facing the dead, you guys have some challenges as well. Personal challenges, your characters. So what kind of challenge we're going to see your characters facing in this series?
Teenagers.
That's a big one, huh?
My character's greatest fear is to lose the love of the people he loves, and there's this great relationship between Madison and Travis, and it's still a fresh relationship, and how is it going to work? And then this happens, and then throughout the season, you find that we're standing on opposite ends of the spectrum about what to do about things, and that's his greatest fear. He's going to lose her love and the love of his son and her children. He's trying to gain that. That's his greatest fear, really.
And Kim, how do you think the audiences will relate to this series?
Well, I think it's an interesting approach to it because it does start pre-apocalyptic. So you have this family, you see this sort of downfall of civilization through the eyes of this family, this blended family, these two people who've come together to bring their teenagers together all under one roof, and the struggles that we have on a day-to-day basis, I think, really sort of resonate in the world today. And people can see themselves in these situations as civilization starts to fall around them.
Fans of The Walking Dead, they are ahead of your characters because we know what's going to happen after the virus outbreaks. So what kind of surprises, what do you think will keep the audiences interested in this series?
I think the creators have done a great job. Well, firstly, we start off what we call the slow burn. The first couple of episodes are relatively, just getting to know who we are and what's important to us as characters. So it's important that the audience takes a moment to get to know us. And then from there on, I loved reading each episode because we'd be going in this direction, we think we're going one way, and they completely pull the rug off us. So this is really very surprising. I can't really tell you exactly what they are, but there's some great surprises throughout.
Yeah, I think the writers have done a wonderful job of sort of teasing the audience as well, and I think the audience will find it interesting to watch our characters discover.
Why do you think the audiences like so much stories related to zombies?
Ooh, that's a big question.
Yeah.
I have people that feel it's a myth. The zombies are a metaphor for humanity's sort of corruption, and that we are our worst enemy. And so there's this whole sort of philosophy around that. And then the other thing is that I think, especially the Los Angeles really sort of embraces, life is tough for people. We struggle daily. Families struggle to sort of like live and survive, because of the way things are done. And then imagine if you just wiped the slate clean and we started again. Who would we really be in the face of survivalism and nature? Man versus nature kind of thing. It's a big question.